Hello class 9th, welcome back. So today we are going to start our Beehive book. And in this Beehive book we are going to do the poem. The name of the poem is The Snake Trying. Mean to say the snake trying to do something. So what the snake is going to do, we are going to know. So does the snake trying to bite someone? Does the snake trying to kill someone? What the snake is going to do, we are going to know when we are going to read the poem. And this poem is written by W.E. Ross. And complete name of W.E. Ross is William Rington Eustace Ross. It is the complete name of W.E. Ross. Today in this poem we are going to know about poet, and we are going to know about the introduction, what about this poem is there. And when we are going to know about the poet and the some main points of the poem in this video. So let's start with the script we are going to do, and we are going to know more about poet also. Let's start it. It is written by William Rington Eustace Ross, but in a book it is given there, just only this is given there. What is given there? W.E. Ross. It is given in a book, but the complete name of the poet is William Rington Eustace Ross. And yes, one more thing, W.E. Ross given in a book, we can go according to this also. So when anybody is going to ask you what is the poet's name of the poem The Snake Trying, so then we can call W.E. Ross is the poet of the poem. So now we are going to know more about poet. Yes, you can see picture of W.E. Ross, mean William Rington Eustace Ross. Okay, and yes, you William Rington, often William Wright's son Eustace Ross is also known by mistake, misspelled. So William born on June 14, 1894 in Peterborough. Shohin you born on June 14, 1894 in Peterborough. And where is Peterborough? Peterborough is in Ontario. Two is Ralph and Ella Louise Ross. So Ralph was his father and Ella Louise was his mother. And he was a Canadian geophysicist and poet. He was a Canadian geophysicist and poet. So he was from Canada. We come to know about this also. Ross began writing poetry in or around 1923. He was the first published poet in Canada to write imagist poetry, and later to the first to write surrealist verse. Surrealist verse means dream-like verse he wrote, and he was the first one. Both of which have lead some to call him the first modern Canadian poet. He died on August 26, 1966 in the age of 72. So in the age of 72 on 26 August 1966, W.E. Ross left this world and he became a well-known poet of Canada. So now we are going to know about the introduction of the poem, what this poem is about. So introduction of the poem is there. In the poem, the poet says that the snake tries to escape from being hit by the stick held by a person who is trying to kill it. So mean to say in this poem, the snake trying to save itself from a stick, and there is a person and that person has a stick, and with that stick that person is going to kill the snake, but the snake is trying his best to save himself. He does his best to save himself, and that's why the poet got its name, The Snake Trying. The poet wants to say that all snakes are not harmful, and through this point the poet wants to tell us that yes, all snakes are not dangerous. Some snakes are there, those are not harmful, these are harmless. So humans have a notions, and we are the people, we human being have a notion, we have a tradition, we have a concept that snakes are dangerous, and try to kill them as soon as they spot one. But this is not true. When we saw a snake, when we see the snake, we are going to kill it with a stick, with anything else. So we have, because there is a notion in our mind. There is a concept in our mind, what? When we see the snake, we are going to kill that snake. हमें इसको मारना ही मारना है. So he tells us how a harmless green colored snake tries to hide behind the green bushes in order to save itself. So the snake is trying to save itself. That's why he hid himself in the green bushes. And these green bushes are into the water. And yes, you that got the camouflage. So now we are going to read the poem, and from here we are going to start the poem. The snake trying. Yes, the snake trying to escape the pursuing stick. So mean to say the snake trying, and the snake is trying to save itself from a pursuing stick, because there is a man, that man has a stick, and with that stick that man is going to kill the snake. And but the snake is trying to escape. The snake is trying to save itself from the stick. And when that snake is trying to save itself, that snake is running. And when he's running, yes, his body covered, curvings, his body turning. And when, yes, you turning, and the shapes of the turning of the snakes, these are beautiful, these are graceful, because when the snake moves on, that is attractive to all the people. But we have a notion that we are going to kill the snake. Okay, so pursuing mean following or chasing, and curving means twisting. So now this is the explanation. The snake tries to escape from being hit by the stick that is following it. So as the snake crawls, its body twists and turns, forming fascinating shapes. Next stanza. He glides. Glides mean moves through the water away, and from the stroke. Stroke mean hitting by the of the stick. Oh, let him go over the water into the reeds to hide without hurt. Small and green, he is harmless even to children. So what he said? Yes, you, he glides, he moves through the water away. Yes, you, the poet is saying that, yes, this is a green snake, and that green snake lives in water, and yes, you, he is going into the water. And yes, you, why he is going to water? Because he wanted to save itself from the stick, yeah, from the stroke, and the stroke will be done by the person who has a stick in his hand. Oh, let him go over the water. And the poet is saying that's you, let him go, that snake, into the water. Let it go into the water. Okay, into the reeds. And what is the meaning of reeds? Reeds mean water or marshy plants. Yes, to hide without hurt. Let it go. That snake go into the water, and it can be hide himself into the. It can be hide itself into the marshy plants without hurt, and small and green. And it is told us by poet that yes, that is small and that is green, and yes, green and small snake is harmless, and he is not harmful for children also. So the snakes moves through the water in order to save themselves. The poet pleads, requests to to let it escape and hide behind the thick marshy plants, as it is harmless. The small green colored snake is harmless even to children. Now the next stanza. Along the sand he lay until observed. Yes, you, along the sand. The snake is lying on the sand. He was taking rest in the sand. And he was there in the sand up to, yes, you, when somebody is not going to saw her. When somebody is not going to spot her. And when that, yes, it was seen by anyone, then he has to run away from there. Because when people see a snake, he is going to kill it. Yes, you. And along the sand he lay until observed and chased away, and now he vanishes in the ripples among the green slim reeds. So till it was spotted and chased by the person holding a stick, it lay quietly in the sand. And when a person come there with a stick, then he has to move from there. He has to leave the sand, and he has to go somewhere to hide himself. And in order to save itself, the snake disappears in the ripples of the water and hides in the camouflaging green bushes of the marshy plants. Camouflaging mean, yes, the marshes mean marshy plants are green, and the snake is also green. So that's why he was going to the green area to hide himself. So this was the poem and hope you got it. And yes, you watch the video and thank you. Have a nice day.
Hello class 9th, welcome back. So today we are going to start our Beehive book. And in this Beehive book we are going to do the poem. The name of the poem is The Snake Trying. Mean to say the snake trying to do something. So what the snake is going to do, we are going to know. So does the snake trying to bite someone? Does the snake trying to kill someone? What the snake is going to do, we are going to know when we are going to read the poem. And this poem is written by W.E. Ross. And complete name of W.E. Ross is William Rington Eustace Ross. It is the complete name of W.E. Ross. Today in this poem we are going to know about poet, and we are going to know about the introduction, what about this poem is there. And when we are going to know about the poet and the some main points of the poem in this video. So let's start with the with the script we are going to do, and we are going to know more about poet also. Let's start it.